Oh, a little bit nervous. I lost my fingers there for a second. Okay, you know, I can save, but we need to go home. Alright, we're gonna go back to the island and we're gonna go get. Alright, so we have a lot of chitin, but the problem is we don't have a lot of stone. We're going to need to get a lot of stone in order to get the amount of chitin we have processed into it. So, we have enough to make at least 2,200, probably 22 to 2,500 blast, smithing paste. I keep saying blast paste. What game is that from? Blast paste. Oh, the Horizon Forbidden West. I don't know why I keep saying blast paste. It's smithing paste. Right now, we're probably gonna get more metal. Oh, you can actually put R1 to get. Are you kidding me? Ah, oh, great. Now, I hate these rocks so freaking much. Wait, unless I can, like, sprint off this rock? Oh, wait, I can probably, like, get on, like, right here. Back up. Turn. Turn and kinda dumb how this thing just makes more light. I really want to invest in a motorboat, but I don't want to waste all my metal. Oh, I know I should have done before I left the island. I should have gotten Argentavis. I lost my Argentavis. I don't know if it's dead or not. I'm assuming it's dead. I jumped off it and it didn't float down at all. Top 10 weapons in ARK are really low. It's fun to see. US like Comcast.
Top 10 weapons in the ARK, with me giving more rundown on why I believe you chose it. You're right kids, it's ARK, and the following is indeed a top 10 list of weapons. And when I mean weapons, I mean tools included, as the ARK wiki page details them all within the weapons category. Before we get into it, the rundown is using the weapons at their base level. If you're not aware, most of these on the list can scale with blueprints or pre-made given drops, increasing their durability and damage, and can be scaled if you've got a blueprint and make it with crafting skill. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
In case to build that.
Let's get into it. In at number 10, the pick, of which there are two variations, the stone, which you get at level 1, right off the bat, giving you a measly 4.4 durability and doing a measly 16 damage. Succeeded of course on the metal pick, which you can unlock at level 20, offering a much improved 40 durability and an improved 32 melee, which like any melee weapon listed, not normally the weapon of choice when fighting anything, unless you're very desperate, but it's certainly the tool you're going to want in ARK, enabling you to start that crafting journey, with it more proficient in gathering more meat than hide, more thatch than wood, and more flint than stone. In fact, even with all of those harvesting creatures out there, it's very efficient in gathering flint and crystal, and the metal pick is certainly the one you'll be using to farm metal before anything else. In at number 9, the metal sickle. Sickle your pickle at level 30, with 40 durability and offering 50 points in damage, meaning this can be used as an effective melee weapon if you're really struggling not to wield anything else. It's certainly the early go-to weapon for fiber harvesting, being able to harvest a wealth in no time at all, and it's certainly overlooked as a great way to gather raw prime fish meat. In at number 8, the mining drill, a late addition to ARK that dropped in Genesis, unlocked at level 80, offering an insane 700 durability but no damage ability. It's going to require gasoline to run, but harvests just about anything. The laser to drill through all that you see, just be careful not to overheat it, and brings a very unique ability with a weight reduction for any harvested resources whilst you've got it equipped. In at number 7, the crossbow, the multi-tool, unlocked at level 25, 100 durability, offering 95 damage with stone or flame arrows, although flame arrows will of course deal an extra 22 damage per second for 8 seconds, and 35 damage per trank arrow. It doubles up as a great tool for getting around. Equipping rapidly comes to see you swing around like Spider-Man, and action man zip line away. It's certainly the go-to weapon for me when taking a giga, as trank arrows from a crossbow deal more total per second than a long neck, but of course less damage. But in the case of a giga that requires so many tranks to knock out, it's really effective to use trank arrows and build up that toolbar, perhaps switching to a long neck for the remaining knockout shots. With this and most other guns, shooting most creatures in the head will deal 2.5 times the damage, scaling of course with trank arrows making them more effective to knock out with aims, with all arrow shot being able to be recovered if you're quick, but trank arrows will revert to stone once collected, and it can also be used underwater, making it a very, very useful all-rounder. In number 6, the bowler, looking quite suggestive, unlocked at level 9, with obviously no durability or damage, but being one of the first things you'll want to use when attacking. Being able to trap dinos for 30 seconds, and of course humans in place for 25 seconds. They have the ability to dispense a layer, and you can struggle out of a bowler by switching to your fists and pressing the fire button, which reduces the ground duration damage attempt. You can also free anything in a bowler trap by whipping it, and you must hold spin on the bowler for 0.4 seconds for it to be effective. Especially in PvP, it really offers an advantage against spyglass. You're going to level 7. With again no durability or damage that will see anything from far away. With you being able to check the owner of structures, survivor player names, and checking the level and gender of wild dinos. It also doubles up as a great tool to whistle follow from range, which helps in those scenarios where you may have fell off your flyer, and can also be used to attack distant targets. It's certainly something everyone should be carrying in their hotbar, and it's no surprise to see this in the top 10. In at number 4, the fabricated sniper rifle. The most expensive and hardest to unlock on this list, unlocked at level 83. Resembles a cross of a modern Dragunov SVD and an M14 EBR, with a measly 70 durability using 1 per shot, meaning you only got 70 shots per a primitive sniper rifle, but dealing a decent 165 damage, although this is reduced to 115 against creatures with their 70% damage reduction to guns. It will of course need advanced sniper bullets, and whilst not being as high damage as a one deck, it's a lot quicker off the draw, being effective at all ranges, with a built-in scope, low recoil, and if attacked with a silencer can be a very effective tool in PvP. It's great to see this up on the list, but I did expect it to be a bit higher, perhaps away from the lack of PvE uses. In at number 3, the Cold-Pegged Rogue, unlocked at level 79, offering 55 durability and a decent 75 damage with stun or flame arrows. Again, flame arrows offering an extensive damage per second for 8 seconds. It's certainly not the one you want to use for track arrows, dealing 27 damage, but once equipped with the armor-piercing metal arrows will deal a whopping 175.5 damage, dealing increased damage to creatures. Not all of them, but for example, they will deal 3.3 times damage to titans, with a small drawback of being able to pull back at 90% to get the maximum damage output. But certainly, with the armor-piercing effect, can be a devastating weapon against all foes. With me personally, using them in the past effectively against manners, although the metal arrows can move that cost, it's no surprise to see this near the top. But what has beaten it to the top duo? In at number 2, unlocked quite early on at level 35, and appearing to be based on Winchester, offers a 70 durability and a whopping 280 damage per single rifle ammo, being decreased to 196 against creatures, but of course meaning it's boasting high damage at such a low cost to make, with a drawback of reloading after every shot, knocking out anything. With trank darts, shocking darts, or pheromone darts all hitting for 26, but dealing their own individual scaled knockout or retract abilities. It can be effective with a scope attachment, but sadly offering a bit of a sway, so you might want to throw that away, and you can't use the scope with trank darts. But its ability to knock out and deal decent damage puts this high on the list of weapons you need in ARK, with only one beating it. But before we get into that, let's have a special mention to the weapons that just didn't quite make the cut.
Boomerang. Sword. I like the sword. Pike, I also like that too. Great to keep enemies away.
So you voted this as number
Shotgun.
Action shotgun.
I need to get one. I'm gonna get one.
Looking similar to a Remington 870 Express Tactical, offers a decent 300 durability and a whopping 14 times 46 damage per single shotgun ammo. Again being reduced against dinos, but meaning it offers a whopping 354.2 damage per second. A lethal addition to any PvP fight or cave run.
That's what I'd say. I might want to see if I can get one for caving.
And half the cost of a sniper.
I mean, the assault rifle is good, but the damage. I mean, look at that. They literally attacked the frickin' Brontosaur. It had 32 damage. So in 2 metal and like what? 2 metal and like at least 30 gunpowder. So like every 1 metal and like 15 some gunpowder gets me 32 damage. But with a little bit more. I think I can get more efficiency from my materials if I use shotgun shells. A little bit more pricey to make, but they are powerful. I mean, they're shotguns.
Definitely the go-to weapon in the heat of a fight. All boss runs for any of you rock mobiles out there. The cool trick to note that you can reload in third person faster than in first person because it uses the assault rifle animation. But overall being a mean ARK and the #1 voted by you kids out there. Thanks all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this list. Do you agree? Drop a comment below, let me know. Did you learn anything? I hope.
What things do you want in ARK? ARK 2. I am, yeah.
A sequel is coming to ARK, conveniently named ARK 2. And unless you've been living under a rock, you may have seen the Vin Diesel fronting trailer, preparing us for a seemingly primitive return to a new take on the 6-year-old survival game. And with that being so bold, most are expecting a complete facelift on every possible mechanic we've come to love in this dinosaur gunning game. But what are the things you want most? You're right kids, it's Clark, and welcome to another top 10 as voted by you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So in the number 10 is Ocean Water Physics Rework. Fluid is a somewhat ambiguous word in the world of video games, more often than not being incredibly static in the sense of streams, rivers, and oceans. And whilst ARK 1 housed many a secret beneath its waves, it lacked exactly that, waves. With the introduction of Unreal Engine 5, ARK 2's foundation of running upon, the devs trialling and testing as much with their sister game Atlas. And of course much newer games realising the potential of ocean physics. It seems this incredibly likely rework will make the light of day, and certainly doesn't stop at waves. Running water and its effects on weighing down clothes. Looking at games such as Scum, tides pulling in and out, unleashing forces that push you around, hinted at by Gen 1 whirlpools, in turn providing a genuine fear of what lurks below, creating a heightened desire to a hopeful, attentive look at what sea creatures there will be. In a number 9, less story, more survival. Exactly what it says on the tin, and whilst it may be contradicted later on in this list, it's easy to see why many agree with this one. Overlooking the fantastically woven lore, taking you from dinosaur survival to alien scum tech blasting, there's a collective feeling of providing a narrative that can dictate the nature of gameplay. Certainly heightened by Genesis 1 and 2, driving the plot forward, focusing on missions to steer us towards the end goal, which in turn certainly numbed the hardcore survival experience we first played, somewhat reignited by many hardcore survival playthroughs uploaded in recent times. So perhaps there is a way to slow that story progression, but needless to say, many yearn to be against the elements once again, and not a story driven to a tech-boosted flyabout, which you'll be pleased the devs have acknowledged, stating ARK 2 will indeed be a once-again, primarily primitive game like those early days of its predecessor. In at number 8, a new in-depth taming system. One of the fundamental functions of ARK Survival Evolved, taming, for the most part has become a standard affair of knock out said creature and feed one its preferred food through the bum until tamed. Noting with most recent maps, Wildcard have become more ambitious, creating new methods to make a wild dino a newfound friend. The excitement of this and then was figuring out what worked best for the most efficient taming method, and with a sequel, a complete overhaul of kibble or preferred foods is certainly a desired one. Not only that, but perhaps even types of drinks. Whilst it was great to see a variety in ARK 1, why not be more diverse in what tranks deal torpor depending on its creature, forcing you to source certain resources for that all-important wild you want to back, as well as new mechanics such as hunting via footprints, distracting with smoke bombs, and herding with fire being a particular feature you would love to see. In at number 7, gear customization. An easy entry to agree with and highly possible considering the recent artwork pieces discovered, seeming to use bones from particular dinos, because that's exactly what you'd like to see. Able to craft and modify weapons, saddles and armour depending on the creature mats you possess. ARK 1 certainly provided the foundations for this, with hide and chitin required especially, But imagine the limitless range of gear, ever changing depending if you use the sharp, piercing teeth of a rex to craft a potent spear, or the hard plates of a stego to make your armor incredibly durable. Considering once again the gear types we've already seen in very few ARK workshops provided, there stands a chance Wildcard may have already beaten up to this punch, and if so, would alone open up a potential infinitely unique option to players that want their own style on display. In at number 6, more structure sets.
Yes, more structures, please.
Building has defined the game's progression in both the player's path and development, sadly hindered with memory limitations, noting we almost got a completely new structure tier with Genesis 2. Considering now the huge range of ideas provided by mostly mods, the sadly unsupported Primitive Plus offerings, and a huge community entirely based on building, we can only hope with a bigger and better optimised game will come a Bible-sized catalogue of opportunities, ranging from what a structure looks like to how it snaps, to how useful in survival it actually can be, ultimately driving us away from the boxed metal or tech bases we're so used to now. In at number 5, a bonding or trust mechanic. Stepping back in time before barely a 3D game had been created, it's a wonder why such a system wasn't in place to begin with, allowing your time with certain creatures to improve them and their abilities the more you cared. In turn, could actually see less dinos being tamed, and progression slowed, as you undoubtedly spent more time with Dave the Dino, potentially unlocking perks the more you take care of them. Plainly to overhaul the imprint system and be integral with all dinos, wild or otherwise. Caring for a creature would go way beyond the odd baby cuddle, and in doing so would offer you a stronger but equally more riskier priced dino to lose. In at number 4, improved creature management. A popular yet unresolved choice. Whistling and managing creatures around the world can certainly be a cumbersome thing, stunted sometimes by your creature just not reacting as intended, and perhaps that's simply its reasoning for being so high. Aggressive whistled creatures, for example, sometimes just don't react as quick as intended, depending on range, making or breaking a win. The introduction of the X-Ray mech certainly introduced a great new range of management opportunities, sadly locked to those that could obtain one, but imagining this mechanic especially refined and tuned to perfectly pinpoint a destination, combined with other combat whistling opportunities, would certainly flesh out a much needed function within the game. In at number 3, a deeper PvE experience. As mentioned earlier, contradicting a previous entry, at least for the PvE player, story progression is a necessity for longevity. A world of opportunities is only as fun as the sequel. Of journey, unveiling new secrets with each map, the progression to each map ending never seemed too far away. Whilst missions offered some side quest guide, it seemed many felt they missed the mark slightly, feeling detached from the survival experience, or perhaps were overthought. A side quest can be something as simple as finding or killing a particular creature, cube reward offered, which yes, were given through missions, but lacked variation and real achievement, somewhat led by scale. Secrets certainly were lacked in the latest offering, best showcased through the mod maps available, with great examples being Life's Labyrinth on Ragnarok, or the jumping puzzle on Center, completely optional gauntlets that were a real joy to beat than even the in-game rewards given. Whilst it can't be ignored that Wildcard has certainly offered a deep diving story to discover, it just feels there's so much more that can be offered to keep the ride a wild one. In at number 2, NPC or AI survivors. An incredibly popular opinion.
Like imagine like you come across like friendly people but unfriendly people.
Most survival games offer some form of worldly characters to encounter. On one hand, the desire for NPCs, survivors that can hopefully resonate with the lore. No guesses as to who in particular, but able to interact, should that be to simply trade with, accept quests from, or recruit, for especially those solo survivors looking for some friend in ARK other than ones that eat raw meat or berries. On the other hand, and highly plausible considering the trailer, actual AI enemy survivors you'll encounter and need to go toe-to-toe against, possibly requiring a heightened combat experience in the process. Whilst the feeling of deserted, isolated survival is unmatched in ARK at times, knowing there could be a friend or foe out there in the wilderness, regardless of playstyle, could certainly provide new elements to magnify a year of exploration. And before we get to number one, let's just have a quick special mention to the features you want that didn't just make the cut. And here it is in the number one, and winning by an overwhelming milestone. Dynamic, clever creatures. A clear thing you want most in ARK 2. An ever-evolving world in a game you'd expect as much from. Firstly, dinos to act like more territorial creatures, surviving within their natural habitats, hunting and helping their groups or families to survive, raising their own young, and naturally reacting when approached by friend or foe, and with most migrating when weather requires, as seasons would create an ever-changing game to keep up with. As summer turns to winter, creatures moving to other areas as a result, keeping you forever on your toes to not only adapt with the times, but understand, track, and hunt each creature to the new locations they've taken solace in. Longevity is certainly one of the most required elements in a sequel to a game that ran for 6 years, and to brave a new horizon, depending on the month you logged in, could really set ARK 2 apart from being just a sequel to a living, breathing world. And there we go. That completes the top 10 list. I hope you enjoyed this.
I hope that, like, I hope ARK 2 is just like this, but I hope there's better mechanics, better building mechanics, better multiplayer mechanics. Because this game was came out in like 2015. It's 2023 now. We literally have games where you can destroy the entire world, like what's it called? What's that game called? It's really good. Teardown. We have games that you can literally like COD, where almost every building is enterable, and it's not like. You can't get what I mean. Like, it's got like really good looking interior. You know what I mean? Like, this is 2023. We got good games. Alright, 5 biggest regrets. Find the game.
I'm just kidding. And time to go get this Dunkin' sausage, egg and cheese.
ARK Survival Evolved being just that, a game of evolution. Over the course of 6 years, we've seen iteration upon iteration, new developments and ways to play ARK. And with that, there's been so many experiments and ideas that ultimately didn't make it to the ARK we know today. But what are ARK's biggest regrets? You're right, kids, it's Ras Clark, and welcome to a deep dive into the things you wish ARK had done differently. And in my opinion, the things I've done with wildcard and developers of ARK regret too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So, in at number 5, Survival of the Fittest. Arguably one of the early Battle Royale games of our generation. Launched before ARK was even a finished product, offering a standalone multiplayer online survival experience built for easy gameplay. Originating as a spin-off mod which came with the release of the ARK Survival Evolved development kit, the mode offered a smaller fest of the tournament to 70 players. Following the success of the game tournaments and feedback from the community, Survival of the Fittest had been refactored into its own competitive game, including 4 modes, cosmetic tiered wars, and constant iteration.
Okay, Battle Royale with ARK actually kind of sounds pretty cool. I wish Fortnite. I was saying I wish Fortnite. Like, I like the mechanics of Season 5. It feels like they definitely like changed that. Like, it feels like ARs are weaker. I don't know, like, I just lost emotional response to guns and Fortnite. Oh my god. Gotta be careful. Well, there's one raptor. There's probably like 4 more. Hey.
The arena to win each tournament. And originally this was heavily supported with over $50,000 in monthly cash prizes, and it was one of the early Battle Royale iterations out there. With a huge following, and although this was only on Xbox and PC, it was going to come to PlayStation at some point. But then following that, and especially the official launch of ARK, leading to its eventual death shortly thereafter. And in my opinion, it's a huge regret from both the community and Wildcard's point of view. We know today free-to-play Battle Royale games are supported primarily through DLC, through purchasable skins and content, and perhaps that was the cause of the downfall. The founders of Wildcard have got on record to say they've never wanted microtransactions within ARK, and ultimately
respect! Right there! Thank you, Wildcard.
But with no monetary gain, of course the only route of this being with the official game DLC maps that went on to be further developed and updated, leaving survival of the fittest behind. And so the players moved on, perhaps to other Battle Royale games or the official game mode, and was actually revived last year by More Than Survivors, an unofficial cluster group that saw the potential of survival of the fittest by creating their own new mod version of this last year. They even went on to be sponsored by Wildcard and support for more maps, creatures, items and events. And yet
That's a great company. If it was Nintendo, they would have had that shut down. But instead, no, they actually let them make their own version of the game, which increases popularity, and popularity increases buying and sales of the game. Hats off to you, Wildcard. Hats off. Oh. I don't know if I really want to take that much. Let's cram as much as we can in here and just hit it. There we go, there goes like 95 more. So, yeah. That's already a good amount of cementing paste, but I don't care, we're gonna get more. Oh my god, look at that cementing paste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 stacks.
It's gone, and it is a terrible shame to see this now a thing of the past. It had so much potential and so much monetary gain for Wildcard had it been tackled with microtransactions, ultimately making the publishers want to develop and update this more. But ultimately, no microtransaction call was made, making this one of the biggest regrets I'm sure Wildcard have.
With Asana, it's easy to monitor projects across teams and track status and progress.
Oh my god.
In a number 4, server wipe or lack of. Any veteran of ARK will tell you the story of Legacy, the original cluster of ARK official servers that hosted the island Scorched Earth, Center and Ragnarok. However, leading up to Ragnarok's release, and of course the official finished version release of ARK Survival Evolved, a call was made, and quite a clever one, that they weren't going to wipe the cluster we've been playing on up until this point, but instead open a new cluster dedicated to the official 1.0 ARK Survival Evolves. This would in turn of course see all of those legacy because indeed every map out there has a limitation, an amount of dinos or structures it can hold before ultimately doesn't function as it should. And I can most believe the core reason for a new cluster was due to Duke, which was incredibly wide at the time leading up to this moment, far gone beyond repair, and ultimately left Wildcard no other choice but to create a new cluster. Of course, since then we've seen exploit after exploit, dupe after dupe. They still exist in the game, and whilst Wildcard do certainly do what they can to punish those that exploit, it still leaves a bit of a bitter taste in the mouth when you think perhaps the legacy servers were indeed legacy because of the same reasons that are still going on today. But more to the point, this was in 2017. 2 years after the game launched. We're now in 2021, 4 years after the last wipe, and we've never seen a wipe since. Why? Because there is a huge divide between players that want to wipe versus those that don't. And ultimately, Wildcard don't want to upset those players that have put in so much time with breeding creatures, building their bases, in a game that requires a lot of grind. They've certainly offered different types of servers, like of course beginner servers, that wipe at certain dates and ultimately allow new players to ARK to enjoy a different version of ARK compared to those that have been playing it for a long time. Apocalypse servers, a cluster of maps with improved rates, but of course a deadline to when they're going to wipe. But these are only dividing and spreading the community even more thinner. What Wildcard should have done is establish an official wipe date right from the off. For reasons unknown though, they decided not to do this, but if they had just incorporated a 1 year wipe say, 1 year alone is a long time to play ARK.
It is. I mean, look at all I've accomplished. I started on the 21st, and it's the 11th. So what, I've been playing for at least 20 days. I've already got pretty good dino. I've got all this on default stuff. This is just about 2 weeks. Think about, by the end of this year, I guarantee you I could, if I played ARK for a year straight, which would be fun, but I don't know if I would do that, because sanity matters. But, you know, a year of ARK, that's a long time. You can get a lot accomplished within such a amount of time. I just don't like wipe service like that, because I don't want all my hard work to be erased.
And lots of more time spent on updates, and ultimately keeping the servers running in a stable state. We know other games out there do exactly this, a regular wipe date, and seem to be successful at it. So I'm sure Wildcard regret not having this implemented, and so do a lot of players out there. Whilst yes, there are a lot that don't want to wipe, there are a lot that do, and it would certainly be interesting to see what ARK would have been like now if they had had a regular wipe date. In at number 3, Tech. Back in March 2016, we got our first glimpse at Tech, a new tier of items and structures and eventually creatures to supersede the ARK of old. And whilst now, of course, with the arrival of Genesis Part 2, Tech is a mainstay. You literally now spawn with Tech armor. It certainly vastly changed ARK from the game it was before. Whilst it's incredibly hard to envisage ARK without Tech being an embedded part of the lore and storyline, of course evolving around elements, there's a huge amount of players out there that long for the ARK before Tech, as it really was a different game back then, with a different style of gameplay, ultimately making you feel like a much smaller pawn within the ARK world. And many players out there will argue that Tech was the downfall of ARK, and it was a much more thrilling survival experience to play back then. Well, it seems at least Wildcard have some regrets. Of course, ARK 2, the fully fledged sequel, is penned to be coming out next year, and whilst the trailer alluded to this being a bit more of a primitive game, it was later confirmed by the devs it is planned to be largely primitive, spurring rejoice amongst many. And it will be interesting to see how
I will say, at least put guns and stuff in there like
the
the
early days of ARK 1. We're yet to know. But Primitive is coming back. And speaking of Primitive, in at number 2, Primitive Plus. And certainly has to be a huge regret due to the person that created this. Primitive Plus is a free official DLC total conversion of ARK Survival Evolved. Released way back in 2016, you'll find this as a mode within the main screen, adding over 100 custom primitive items and engrams, challenging you to use primarily wood and stone without the benefits of advanced metals. It really was, and I guess still is, the primitive option you always wanted. Sadly, of course, this is filled with regret, as ARK developed and transformed, notably with the addition of Tech. Primitive Plus became more difficult to support, and became less and less supported, bringing us to today, where you'll find that Primitive Plus is not really supported at all, with the devs reasoning this as lacking resources, that the community isn't large enough to make it a priority. But ultimately, in my opinion, it comes down to money. If the majority of the community are playing the official game, then the publishers are going to invest into that, the one that makes them money. Whilst some, yes, could argue that Primitive Plus could have been a moneymaker had they supported it in the first place, that time has now since long passed, and is certainly filled with regret. Of course, being created by our community manager, Complex Minded, having such dedication and passion for Primitive Plus, it must pain him to see Primitive Plus in its position now. But the fact of the matter is, Wildcard pays his wages, ironically employing him through his creation of Primitive Plus. He's of course paying the powers to be to support those that are paying him his wages, leaving us now with only whispers of regret of the mode that could have been. And in at number 1, ARK on Nintendo Switch.
Oh, I think that was
a
a
platform that held so much promise, yet seemed to create so many limitations. ARK on Nintendo Switch was originally announced way back in March 2018, finally dropping on the platform in November, and at the time the devs seemed so proud of this iteration. This was at a time when ARK was being released everywhere. It was on mobile, it was on VR, and of course now it's coming to Nintendo Switch. But somewhere between the release of the port only offering the island, Nintendo Switch support would get worse and worse, with the last recent information and support I can find from Josh Hines, the gameplay programmer who was updating the rates. And the regret surrounding the situation, in my opinion, is who handled the port. It wasn't Wildcard that brought the game to the Nintendo Switch. It was in fact a company called Abstraction that certainly had a lot of involvement at the time, porting the PS4 port and working on the new UI. However, of course, they only handled the ports. They were simply commissioned to do this, with of course what you would believe handing support back to Wildcard. But if you ask Wildcard today what they're doing with Switch, the answer is they don't work on Switch. So who does? What's the difference between Wildcard supporting the PS4 port after Abstraction ported that, but not the Switch port? My belief, my opinion, and certainly my opinion, is that Snail Games USA, the publisher of Survive the ARK, have been since the port in a legal dispute with Abstraction, as both Abstraction and Wildcard are so candid with their response. Ironically, in a game with so many salty players, it certainly seems there's a lot of salt that exists here with this port. But nobody is giving up where this lies, and perhaps we'll never find out. But of course, it must be a huge regret for Wildcard and Snail Games, as if they had supported the Nintendo Switch port, brought all of the DLC maps to this platform, they could have generated so much revenue. A huge opportunity missed out by the publisher, so they must have a big reason as to why they won't support this. And let's just hope this and all of the lessons learned will
This area's a good spot for Stone. I barely have to move.
Fully fledged sequel after 6 years, probably 7, probably 8 to this game. I hope you enjoyed this, and do you agree? Are there regrets out there that you think I should
10 types of ARK player. Beach Bob.
Let me know.
Beach Bob, the person, and then you got the person that always has to F around and find out.
The most advanced.
That's a cool magnetic.
ARK players. They're the people that populate ARK. Without them, there's no game, in at least PvP, all banding together to create some form of tribe, with a guarantee that they're going to fall
There's a 9, hey.
of the following categories. You're right, kids, it's Rastark. And if you are one of these player types, hit that like button, drop me a sub, share around, because I guarantee you'll at least know one of these player types. Let's get into it. So in at number 1, it's no surprise, the Beach Bob. You know them, you love them, they spawn on the beaches and they stay on the beaches, building all of those thatch huts that are littering the sands. Like invaded on day 1, and then from the blackberries that don't understand why. Usually not taming more than a dodo, but don't understand why they've been raided. And I've certainly got a long way to learn. In at number 2, the Toxic Kid.
Yeah, it's the creeper, the loser.
Loose cannon, who's in the tribe and is only there to create havoc, to create chaos. Because at any moment's notice, if he sees anything remotely moving, he'll kill it on sight, whether it be a Bob or an Alpha Tribe member. You'll usually find these kids lurking at obelisks, waiting to blend at the moment's notice when you're ready and set to do a boss run, or just simply transfer off the server. You'll want to hope nobody's reading global chat, because this kid will fill it with profanity, speaking in tongues, and more than likely probably going to start a war just by running their mouth. So make sure you've got a decent base before you recruit the Spruce Cannon. Number 3, the OCD Builder. You've all got them. The guy who takes days to build anything because they're too busy sinking foundations and lining everything up.
That's a cool build. It's got like a circular build.
And straight. But God forbid you put any catwalks up because he will have a hissy fit.
Yep, that's me.
The wrong mats in the wrong vaults.
That's me. That is.
In at number 4, the trolling troll.
I have to have everything perfect in my game, or else I get mad.
The only time they'll be logging on is when you're all fast asleep, and they'll make sure to bear trap everywhere in your base. You'll wonder why you're being pulled around by an invisible force field, but it's not an invisible force field, it's your troll with his grapplers, tucking you around like a bizarre fishing rod. Make sure to hide those scissors, as you're likely to wake up with a new throw, and they are the first to capture any enemies, put them in handcuffs, and lock them away till the end of time. In at number 5, PvEer. Why are they a PvEer? Because they will tame any dino at any level, just because it's got a cool move. You're likely to log into a multicoloured dream house, painted by them truly, and they are certainly the most likely to give up and quit. Number 6, the baby killer. It's the dude who spends all day killing baby dinos to get the ultimate perfect stat, because that's their sole purpose, to mutate and guarantee the best dinos on the server. And they are definitely a PvE's worst nightmare, because all of those cool colour mutations are usually in some poor state, like torpor, and they will kill that thing without a moment's notice. But they normally do have an advantage. If you have one logged out, check the body, and you might find them slot capped in raw meat. Number 7, the story nerd, the Lord, who's that far engrossed into the story, and will make it their prime objective to farm towards and encourage all the incarnation of sites, marveling at all the cinematics. Number 8, the pretend army dude. This is the guy.
I kinda am that
He's
person.
an incarnation of Solid Snake, an army general who will do a load of sneaky recon work on future raids, creating battle plans with contingencies to those battle plans and contingencies to contingencies to those battle plans to make sure the perfect raid is executed in style. He's most likely to be a team playing mind games against all of the tribes on the server in some attempt to gain some allied advantages. In at number 9, the FML grinder. You all need them, they're the ones that go out day in, day out, picking away at that metal, chopping up those trees to make an infinite amount of bullets. But if I were you, I'd steal well clear leading to it, as they're the most likely to hate their life. And finally, in at number 10, the popcorn machine, the popcorn maker. He loves a bit of popcorn, because at the first sign of trouble, it's all over, there's no turning back now, but nobody's getting the loot. The ARK gods are getting the loot, graced by your popcorn machine maker, as he tosses everything out of your vaults, one by one, until it's all gone.
Oh my god.
And there we go, kids, that wraps up the types of players that I've seen.
That sounds like hell. Basically someone just going in your stuff and like dropping it like this, but then not instead of me like where I pick it up, it's just leaving it to degrade.
Did I miss any? Drop a comment below, let me know. My name's Ross Clark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And as always, peace out.
I'll say, I wish there was a better way to transfer things. C paste. Yes, there's so much cement in case. This will supply me for a while. I got 1,200. I wanted to watch this video where this lady, apparently, YouTuber smashed TVs in Walmart for a video. Let's see. I really want to see this video because it looks like...
What's that for?
What?
That.
Cat litter?
You have a cat?
Yeah.
Why? He's not recording you. He has to stay on that camera like that. He has a medical condition. Is it smashable for him?
Oh my god.
Well guys, future is looking real bright for us humans. You know, it's not every day that I get to come on here and watch a video that genuinely fills me with hope for our society. And, well, today is also not one of those days. That's right, boys and girls. Today we are back watching another certified banger from another YouTube prankster. Now look, I'm being a little bit tongue-in-cheek here because this one really isn't that bad. It's honestly pretty funny. And it just goes to show the kind of talent that's on YouTube that might never be discovered just because of the way the algorithm works. Okay, did you believe that? How did that sound? I'm working on my line. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see is one of the most painfully unfunny videos you will ever see in your entire life. I'm really not joking when I say I decided to make this into a video more because of how horribly unfunny it was than I did because of how bad the prank was. That's not to say the prank isn't bad, it's terrible, but the humor into this video is so indescribably bad that I would be concerned to meet a person who found it funny. I don't really understand humans who find the category of humor described as messing with minimum wage workers to be funny, but I feel like you gotta have a whole lot going on to be a fan of this kind of content. If you're over the age of, I don't know, like 12, and the idea of walking into a Walmart and filming yourself harassing people for a YouTube video is attractive to you, I would recommend watching off. But apparently the YouTuber Daisy Dukes TV does not agree with that sentiment because she went ahead and made a video.
Welcome back to the Abbott Agency, folks. Today, I'm going to do an epic prank. Today, we're going to take a firearm into a store, and we're going to put a bullet hole through every TV and iPad there is. Also, we're going to, like, stealing iPads, stealing jewelry prank at store, bank robbery prank gone wrong, got shot in the abdomen, bleeding out profusely, gone wrong, cops called. Okay, that's just dumb. Like, come on, man.
Come on. TVs at Walmart, got arrested, not sure.
Well, no crap, you got arrested. You're damaging products you don't even know.
So I'm excited to watch it. So let's not waste any more time. Let's begin.
What? Oh god.
I'm back with another video.
Like,
Like, comment, subscribe, right now.
This is my thing.
right? Yep.
Please give it like a minute, and even then only ask for a subscription because why would anybody like or comment on a video they haven't even watched yet? Like,
I barely like or subscribe, which is stupid, but like, bruh. I think, honestly, if someone's gonna subscribe to me, I mean, I don't care if you do it right now, but at least watch my content and see if you like it. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't subscribe. I don't want to be another one of those channels that sits in your playlist that you'll never watch.
And all you've said is, hey guys, we're back with another video. I mean, what would I comment? Hey Daisy, really like that intro, keep up the good work. I mean, there's nothing to comment on yet, and I don't know if I like the video. At least be reasonable to your request.
And then, after your like, comment, subscribe. I'm looking for the hug. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Alright, what does that mean? Like, I feel like I'm still pretty much with the kids. I'm only 21 going on 22.
Oh my god,
Over
so
yet, but
cringe.
I don't
Oh my
understand.
god.
Gotta be honest.
It reminds me of my humor, like when I'm in public and I'm trying to like be funny towards people, like my friends at school or so, and I'm like, I'm trying to be funny, but I'm so cringe. That's literally, oh my god, I can't. It really needs to be like a pill you can take to reduce the amount of cringe symptoms you get, because right now I have cringe-titis, so I need it cured.
I'm about to go in here and break a TV. But they don't know it's my TV. They gonna think it's their TV. We gonna make them think it's their TV, but really it's my TV that I brought from my house. That's really a big TV, so I'm really tripping. But it's anything for y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all so, so much. If you can please give this video a like, comment, and a subscribe, I will appreciate you forever. Let's get this video to what? A million views? Alright.
Alright, so while this is still a horrible concept for a prank, I can at least...
Hey! Hey! Like, what up? Like, what up? Hey, do I smell a possible 2024 Subaru Crosstrek in the background? Nice. That's the only good thing about this video, is the fact that one of the brand new Crosstreks are in the video, I think. I'm sorry if that's off topic, I'm just saying, I'm trying to be funny, plus I just love Subaru Crosstreks a lot. It's my car. Yeah, that looks like a...
Even then, I feel like this mindset that it's okay to pull a prank like this as long as you use your own item is dangerous, because I'm sure we'll start to see one of two paths taken in future pranks. Either people take this idea to the extreme and they're like, I'm blowing up a car in public, but don't worry, it's my car. Or people are like, okay, this video did well, you know what to do even better? Smashing actual Walmart TVs. I guess it's just too much to ask of YouTube to stop allowing these kinds of videos to be uploaded to the websites. I'm kind of worried to see what the word prank's going to refer to in 10 years or so.
Every time you feed your pet milk, you help feed a shelter pet.
How do I feed hills? I just dig out of the earth and I feed it.
And more adopted.
Why would I feed my cat
Changing their life
dirt?
forever.
I'm joking,
And
I'm
change
joking.
yours. Science did that.
Science fits it. Anyway, there's this really funny prank. You know what? I have a good prank. I'm a harmless prank to a point that I'm gonna do on scam callers if they call me. I'm gonna take a metal dog bowl, put it over my phone, and when they call me, I'm just gonna go ba 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 ba, just boom it.
Excuse me, I have a question. Why does your vest look so dirty?
Oh my god.
Just be honest.
I can tell, like, he's laughing, but inside, I can just feel the, please stop talking to me, like, feeling, like, bro. That's sort of the equivalent of saying, you're just sitting next to someone, and someone says, hey, you're sneaky, like, okay, I didn't need that comment, you could please stop talking, please and thank you. I need your opinion.
I was being so serious. I don't even go fuck the camera. I would have said that in real life.
Hey, Nancy, don't worry. Questions are always acceptable. It is good to try and learn. You see, that guy that you just asked that pretty rude question to has something that we often refer to as a job. You see, a job is when you go out into society and instead
You actually
of just
contribute to
harassing
it.
people all day, you actually contribute to things that help people. Now, some of these
Yeah.
jobs, working them every day, you don't stay clean the entire
I guarantee you this girl, I'm older than this girl, and I've probably worked more days in my life, and I barely work too. Actually, my schedule is going to get an overhaul. I'm going to get 2 more days of work. Also, announcement on stream. I know no one will ever listen to this. My work schedule has now gone from Saturday mornings and Tuesday, Monday nights to Saturday nights, Monday and Wednesday nights. Friday at lunch and Sunday at lunch. That's my new shifts. Hopefully I'm gonna get some more money from that. I can't wait for more money. It's so rewarding to get paychecks. Like, do it. Come on, just get a job. There's no more pride, no more happiness you will ever get than getting a paycheck or getting your money at payday. It feels so good because you put in the work, you put in the hours, and you busted your ass, and you literally did all this, and you got rewarded with money. Do it.
Going to Walmart filming people, but hey, somebody's got to do it.
What's that for? What's that?
Hey, what's that, let's go. What's that cat litter there for there? Oh yeah, it's concealing, okay, what is it? Is that Matiba 6? Meanwhile, dude pulls out an Italian Matiba 6 revolver.
You have a cat? Why?
Okay, she is making a stupid... Sorry, I'm so cringe doing that. Anyway, okay, so let's do this. So, what would I do as a scrawny person like this YouTuber? Should I mind my own business, or approach a dude that looks pretty built, muscular, wearing a tank top, has tattoos, literally looks like he could like clobber you in one hit? I don't know if I'd even want to talk to that guy. I'm a little shy. If I would talk.
Okay, fine.
What's that cat litter
You
for?
got the...
Cat, do this. God, she really reminds me of some people in like my class in high school I used to take. I'm not gonna say them by name, but there was this kid in my class where like the instructions would always be explained clearly, and then they would be like, what? And it's not like they would like, they were like, not like they were dozing off. No, they were staring at the teacher as the teacher told them this, and they're like, what? Like, dude, stop wasting class time. I know you heard what the teacher said. Just stop doing that.
Like that ugly.
I mean this so genuinely that you would think I would like curse with something that made me not able to lie. That right there was the worst attempt at being funny I've ever heard in my entire life. That was so bad that I actually kind of feel bad for this woman. That's it. That's the worst thing I've ever heard. Oh, what's that cat litter for? You have a cat? Why? End scene. That's it. That's gotta go into some sort of Hall of Fame for worst things ever said by a human. And then to call him ugly because he made a face at you after you asked him one of the dumbest questions ever come out of it.
Listen, yeah, calling a guy ugly that's a great way to leave with a fat lip. Like, if I go up to you and you're muscular, you're built, I'm a scrawny little white twig, okay? Like, look at this, okay? There is no gains on this arm. Now, do you see this? This is a twig. This is not a cannon. This is a twig. Like anybody, like 75% of the population would be able to take like my torso and snap it in half with a breath. Like, I'm literally just a twig. Like, I like my lip to be not fat and puffy. You get where I'm going. But, like, she has some major guts to be doing that face, like, ugly. Honestly, that guy could light into her so bad, like, he could literally, like, basically assault her without anything, and, like, she really does that. He's not doing that. Yeah, I don't recommend you interact with public. God, I hate when people have indecency. It's so annoying.
What? Oh no, I got it. I'm just trying to get a ball.
Okay, I did have one. The only time I've ever been like noticed or warned in public of anything is I was walking around the store and I accidentally walked through a line. I know it's stupid. I'm oblivious as hell. I walked through a waiting line, and the employee told me, "Hey, you can't do that. Please don't do that." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that." And I was a little bit upset that I got called out, but I didn't make a fuss at the end of the day, and we all went our separate ways. No confrontation. It was all great. But it's people like this that always have to pick on others. Like, and these poor guys are living paycheck to paycheck. They're getting paid like probably less than me, and they don't even be bothered. I have so much respect for people that work in these jobs.
I'm not trying to climb in there.
Lay
I'm
into
just
her,
trying to get a ball.
boy.
No, I don't need no help.
Yeah, fun fact, when you climb on a vertical object like that, you're pulling it towards you, and that has a good chance to tilt and crush you.
I'm just trying to reach. I don't need no help. I'm gonna put them back when I'm done. You want
Really?
Put them back in there when I'm done?
It's one of those ball nets. All you gotta do is reach in, grab the ball, and pull it out of the net. It's not that hard. A toddler can do it. In fact, I see toddlers do it all the freaking time. You know, you're not gonna fall, but you're gonna tilt it and it's gonna fall on you.
Look, guys, I'm not trying to be mean here, but this genuinely sounds like a child talking. This is the kind of conversation I would expect an 11-year-old to have with an adult. This reminds me of when me and my friends used to get in trouble in middle school, and we tried to explain our way out of it by saying we didn't do something, while the adult just watched us do it, and we just sit there saying the same thing over and over and over again. Except this is a grown woman, and it's incredibly sad. Also, you know she wasn't going to pick up those balls.
I have a question. Would you let me grab your head? No. Oh.
No.
Well, you have a
Good job,
head,
dude.
I guess not.
Go get paid your fat paycheck. Dude. Unless you're gonna walk up to me and give me, like, I don't know, a wheat penny or a W quarter, like a W mint. Unless you're gonna give me, like, some sort of fancy coin, don't, or, like, talk and be friendly and not, like, a freaking smartass. Don't interact with me, please. Like, I do something that this girl will never do in her life, which is mind your own freaking business. Not everybody's personal matter is yours to know about. Respect people's space and boundaries. Like, could I grab your... Dude, I could imagine saying that. I'd feel deeply embarrassed if I said that to someone in public. I can't...
allowed to film him and mess with him?
Unless they're, like, harassing me. Unless someone harasses me, then I will, then I fight
No
back.
one ever said that. He's not recording you. He has to stay with that camera like that. If he doesn't, he has anxiety. Just press the no record button, but just keep holding it.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Is Texas a two-party consent? Is Texas two-party consent? Texas is one party. It means. Okay, so you can basically go out and record people wherever you want, but still, I don't care if it's like a one-party consent state. I think, in my opinion, if you don't want to be recorded, you shouldn't be recorded. You have a right to privacy. That's what I believe. Every person, I don't want to sound cringy, but every human being, in my opinion, has the right to basic privacy. If you don't want to be recorded, you shouldn't be recorded. Period. Unless it's for like a crime that you've committed. Yes, but otherwise than that, if you're an innocent, law-abiding citizen, you shouldn't be recorded like that. And this guy doesn't want to be, this poor woman doesn't want to be recorded. And, well, it almost wouldn't matter. Like, in a joke sense, I'm talking. It almost wouldn't matter if she got recorded. She looks way smarter than this person.
What do you call the police for?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with what this lady. Okay, I'm gonna pick two poisons because if it comes down to truth, I'd rather pick the person that this prankster is interacting with. So, apparently you're not supposed to. Are you not supposed? Huh. Are you not allowed? Unauthorized filming is prohibited. Okay, so that's fair. You know, when you enter a store, or if you enter, you're subjecting yourself to those rules. And by going in that Walmart, you wholesomely agree that you're not going to record or film other people. So yeah, again, even though Texas is a one-party consent state with... that's big for a second. If you don't know what one-party consent is, that means, imagine two parties, right? A person and me, right? If it's one person consent, I consent to recording you, so I can legally record you. If it's a two-party consent state, I have to get your legal permission to record you. Illinois is a two-party consent state, which is why you don't see me going out in public recording people. Because, and plus, I have this kind of policy where I don't want to record people unless they want to be recorded. For example, I could have released all my school videos. I wanted to. However, I asked one of my students I was in the video, is it okay if I could post it to YouTube? They said no, and I wholesomely respected their wish, and I've never posted that video to YouTube, and I perhaps never will. Because unlike this lady in this video, I have respect for people's privacy. Not everybody wants to shove their face in a camera like me. And that's, as a YouTuber and a recorder like this, like a vlogger, that's something you have to respect.
And in my life.
I genuinely don't understand this. Like, I don't know a single person in my life whatsoever who is shameless enough or is enough of a jerk to go around and do this. But it seems like there's people all over the internet who have no problem just spending their entire day messing with me. What factory are these people coming out of? No, you can't record in a Walmart. It's not a public street, it's not a public park, it is a Walmart.
It's privately owned.
It's funny how YouTubers like this have absolutely no issue with messing with people all day and harassing them.
But then when they get harassed...
Them and give them the same treatment, suddenly it's a problem.
Yeah, that is so true. These guys will go out and harass you till day's end, but then when they get a dose of their own medicine, they fold like freaking, I don't know, they fold like soggy lottery tickets. They, like, what's it called? Like, you see this? This is them when they get the treatment. This is them after they get treatment. They're folding, okay? They're absolutely folding.
I can call a manager too if you want to. I said I can look it up. No, I can call a manager too. But like, why do you have to do that? I said I can look it up.
Listen, you have two options here. Just A, stop recording. This is the easiest option, not surprisingly. Like this, that easy. Just stop recording, okay? It's not vital to your health. It's not vital to anything except for your career, which is a joke because I don't even know who this person was before this video even came on to a YouTube. But like, yeah, just put the camera down, which is the most easy option, or risk literally being arrested. Hell, you know what? I'd put a bullet through my phone instead of being arrested. I'd rather not get a criminal record, you know? Like this person who just wants the record.
I have all day to stand here. I'm just telling you nothing to report here. Okay, then go do your job. No, I have my job is to tell you.
It is. I just looked it up. You're not allowed to record in Walmart. And therefore, you're breaking the rules. And one of the jobs that these workers have is to enforce the rules. If you're... Wait a second, is that a car now? There is Zeno. And like one of the rules, like what's it called? That's, for example, let's say I have a customer in my restaurant. And I work as a dishwasher, so I don't really interact. I actually, that's a kind of cap right there. I interact with the people. But if I'm out taking my break and I watch somebody, like, try to steal something, I believe, in my opinion, it is my duty to stop them from stealing or to keep them from breaking the rules. Because, for example, like, you know, Walmart is an establishment. If you go in there, you have to follow their rules. And if you break their rules, you're subject to either prosecution or punishment by and under law. Basically, that if you go to Walmart, you're agreeing to follow the rules, and you're breaking the rules, so you're going to be punished.
Here. Face it down. He's not recording you, girl. Okay, face it down, please.
That's simple. Face it down. I'd be so pissed if this is public.
He's not recording you.
Like, for example, I have no problem being recorded. If you ask me, can I record you? And it's not something to make me look bad from personal bias, unless, like, I did something bad that I kind of get it. Like, if you ask me to get recorded, I'll probably say yes, okay? That's all I ask as a bare minimum, okay? If you take my videos, like, for example, I have a policy. I have no problem with anybody that takes my videos. However, I will have a problem with you, and I if I find my content on your videos and you do not credit me, I will try to get you struck down, okay? If you forgot that, like, either I want that video striked, or I want it credited. I don't care if it's like a little baby, I just want a little bit of credit. Either that or a link back to the original video. Other than that, I'm okay with people who share my content. And I think, in my opinion, that's fair. I want to be credited. No one wants to have their work stolen and to have no, credit to it. Again, yeah.
We can leave. He has a medical condition, but if that's what you want to do, we can do that.
Oh, yes. I have autism. I actually do. And I require for people to film me. If I don't get filmed, I just cry and I just poop my pants, I guess. I don't know. That is the worst excuse I've ever heard for people filming. Oh, yes. That's really like the idiots that say they have service dogs just to have them as pets. No, I'm not saying all service dog people are fake owners. I'm just saying all, like, the people that, I just don't like all the fake.
That's what he has.
It's not really that common that a video I cover actually makes me angry, but this
It does.
This is one of the most insufferable people I've ever seen. Really, a medical condition that requires you to film strangers at a Walmart is a good one.
What's
I
that?
was really
Like,
expecting though from the girl who made the cat joke, so it seems like wit is not the strongest quality here. But people like this just drive me insane. It's like, why do you not have anything better to do? Surely anything is more rewarding than being miserable.
I'm telling you. He has a whole medical condition. Okay. I'm about to leave, but he has a medical condition. So apologize, because you just... I don't need to apologize. You were just very rude to him. Okay. Don't do
you know what?
to me like that.
But she's being rude to the pricks. You know what? These people need to get a little bit of a wake-up call, okay?
Let's go.
I have no problem with a person. Like, I don't mind really with, like, orientation or gender or whatever you are. As long as you're not a jerk, and at least if you're a decent human being, you're cool in my book, okay? Like, I don't care what you do. If it doesn't harm anybody else, I'm pretty fine with it. But once you start, like, being mean in public, and being just a mean person in general, that's where I have to say stop, okay? Like, unless it's maybe, like, trolling, where if, like online, like, at least online, you can actually mute the person that's being rude to you or whatever. But in real life, it's just, like, you can't do it. You can't do that.
In that, if anything, I think you might have a bit too much time on your hands.
I'm the manager. I thought you said you have to go get the manager. Or manager or something. So then what?
I am. Go get the manager! I am the manager. I'm glad that my manager at my restaurant doesn't F around. Like, there's weirdos that come into our place. I'm not talking about all the work, not talking about all, like, the customers. There's, like, some bad people that come into our restaurant. My boss doesn't give a damn. He will blacklist you if you're causing a problem. Just leave.
How are you this blind? I mean, seriously, how does some people just not understand how to behave in a social setting? I mean, what has
No
to
kidding.
happen for a person to not grow out of thinking stuff like this is funny enough? So they continue to go in and out multiple times, running around the store like 4-year-olds because, comedy, I guess. And then eventually, I think reality hits and they realize the police might actually be coming, so they leave and go to a new Walmart.
Yeah, you go brown.
Okay, so escaping the scene of a crime. There you go. That's already, you've already just committed a crime.
Yeah. What you think about this one? This one I don't like. What? What you think about this one? Okay, who has this one? I don't know. Is it
Thank. Oh my god, you're so ignorant.
Oh my goodness. Can you help him now?
Oh, sorry, YouTube, don't want to make you mad. Funny. If it was a PS5, I would have, like, been so mad.
yourself look even dumber. You brought your own TV into a Walmart and you broke it. Do you really think the joke's on anybody but you? If so, you might want to reevaluate. She continues to smash it and literally nobody cares. The employees don't care because they all saw her bring in the TV and set it up. And she starts to get really frustrated that nobody's giving her the reaction she so badly wants. So she just starts hitting it harder and harder and tries to make a bigger scene, and literally nobody cares the entire video. It's actually kind of funny. And then she walks
That's great.
away
Deprive these guys of
the
detention.
TV she brought with her and broke. And then a cop puts her in handcuffs, and the video pretty much ends.
Boom.
But the
Arrested.
video cuts
Hold
off
on.
because
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Here's my opinion on the okay. Hold on, where is it?
Problems before they start. So your dentist ready.
Hold on. Busted. Busted. Damn. How many years she getting?
down and beg not to be arrested.
She going to jail, boys.
Live this life. It's all just a YouTube song.
I would feel bad if she wasn't trying to harass
That
people.
was one of the worst videos I think I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them. It's honestly very sad that this still passes for content now. I mean, it's not like this video didn't do okay. Got
TikToker think he's too famous to be arrested.
The problem that somebody with a bright pink car who was famous online gets when on the freeway.
Who are you?
Not everybody knows who you are.
Bam. Drop the nuke on him. Not 58 million followers. I don't know who you are. You're not famous.
Guys, there are a bunch of words that become popular because of the internet that I do not like. But no other word quite does it for me like the word influencer. It seems like ever since the term influencer became popular on the internet, those who self-identify as an influencer have become worse and worse with every
What do you
single
influence?
year. Well, boys and girls, it seems
How
like
the
40
generation
years
becomes
is
so
not
bad and
rise on TikTok. It seems like everybody
devious.
and their mother is now an influencer. The combination of large follower count being easy to come by now just because of the absolute insane
Yeah,
people
large
on social
follower.
media,
Me at
corporations
200
not
subs,
quite
F and J.
understanding yet that having 1 million followers on TikTok does not mean you're going to influence 1 million people. It seems like as long as you have just a little bit of luck, you're going to become an influencer. And with that, unfortunately, large amounts of people who think that because they have a big number somewhere on their social media page that they're better than the common man and that they deserve special treatment. Now, we've seen stuff like this with celebrities forever, people thinking that their name is going to prevent them from being arrested and put above the law. And now we're starting to see with the true celebrities of the 21st century, somewhat popular TikTokers. Just like the one we're going to be looking at today, Icy Wyatt, who was recently arrested for pulling a gun on somebody and then proceeded to go on a rant in the back of a police car about how he should not be arrested because he is popular on TikTok.
No, you pulled the freaking gun on the dude.
You'll be watching this entire video because YouTube will slap you across the face with a timeout if you show even the slightest snippet of somebody getting arrested on YouTube. I don't know why. I don't know why we have to act like certain things are not real parts of life here on YouTube. I mean, go watch be arrested during a traffic stop. Why? I'm not really sure, but hey, this is not a video about YouTube's.
Known as a passionate artist, known for loving the outdoors, known for getting everyone
This is it. I'm not gonna be able to leave.
No one
Hold
wants
up.
to be known for cancer, but a treatment.
I'm actually knowing about that.
Terms of service, this is about Icy Wyatt. Let's begin.
The guy got out of his car and pistol with me with a gun.
The calls continue to filter in.
Yeah, there's a guy driving around with a Mercedes. They almost just hit an 80 with pushing
Oh, great. So he's basically endangering society by almost running people over. So the bro's playing GT in real life. Got it.
He went down off his car, shirtless, shoeless, and started shooting the lady's car.
If you've got 3 different people calling the police on you all at the same time about different incidents, you've really got to start rethinking your choices. And once
That's
you
it,
guys
yeah.
start rethinking for doing all this, it gets even worse. Like incomprehensibly worse.
I took off right here. Okay. It was a drink exit, so I got out, so I got this. And the time I got out, he walked back in his car, he grabbed his gun, points at me.
Oh, good. So basically, you're threatening... I don't care if the gun's loaded. That's really a rule for guns. Don't point at anything you're not intending to shoot. There's no prank room when it comes to guns. That's an actual gun. It can end your life. an irreversible action.
Videos like this, it always makes me feel a little bit better about myself. That maybe me screaming in my head at the person in front of me to get out of the left-hand lane really isn't that big of a deal. I could be a lot more irrational.
I just pulled over because somebody tried to kill me in the car.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
This truck came up and tried to cut me off. So I pulled over to the next lane, and a gun who tried to swerve into my lane and tried to hit the car. So I stopped the vehicle, and he gets right in front of me. They stopped.
That's a lot of blast. Oh my god, I keep saying blast tape.
Get out of the car and they're ready to fight.
It's insane to me that a person living in the modern world, especially one who's at least somewhat competent when it comes to social media, would not realize that everything everywhere is being recorded now. Like, if you're gonna lie about something, you should probably not lie about events that went on during broad daylight in a parking lot. Because somebody or something is gonna have captured exactly what happened. Like, I just don't understand the thought process here. Surely he had to have seen people recording him. Because I really think they were just gonna take the word.
And then I had 4 guys jump out the car and say, gonna speak up for you on something. They did not hurt me because I had a gun.
No. Okay, did you put the glove box in the case or you still have it in your hand?
I just opened the glove box and I said, you guys really want to know.
Several officers do a brief patrol of the area, but the suspect is no longer there. They meet up in a nearby neighborhood to form a plan to locate him.
Just imagine this huddle, guys. We've got a real Herculean task ahead of us. We've got to find a giant, bright, pink Mercedes SUV.
That's why I don't mess with people. I have a red Subaru Crosstrek. Okay, I've had that car for 6 months, and you know, like, it's not like a Ford where they're no, these cars are actually pretty hard to come by in Illinois. So basically, if I go out and start pranking people in my car, well, it's not going to be that hard to find a red Subaru Crosstrek. And therefore, it's not that hard to find me. So that's why I'm not a nuisance to society. Especially a pink car. Pink cars are way less common.
If I show this on YouTube, this video will get age restricted and
dude, I hate the state of YouTube right now. Oh wait, sorry if I said the hate word. I didn't mean to do that, YouTube.
If you want to see it in full, I'll link the original video in the description.
Oh God, Jesus Christ! Ears ringing.
On the freeways all the time, and that's why I carry a gun. That is, you said legal was in Florida.
Oh my God, of course it's Florida.
Right. So where can you prove, show me the video proof, where I hit him with a gun? You don't need video proof. Yes, you do.
No, you don't. How many murders have been solved without the use of video? Tons. Basically, what's it called? What's it called? Here's the thing. If it was one person, maybe a video. But there's 3 people confirming that you're doing things that are bad. In my opinion, once you go to 3 people confirming that you're doing bad things, all of them are different. All of them have never interacted with each other. All of them are just, you know, unbiased. Then that kind of tells me that you are kind of causing a problem.
For a crime, most things would go unsolved. 7 people calling the police on even bearing witness.
Oh, 7 people, yeah. They're all confirming what we know. Like, you're doing something bad.
Yes, I'm sure that your super duper unique, unheard of pink wrapped Mercedes SUV is so noticeable that people are constantly trying to run you off the road. I mean, a pink Mercedes in Florida? I think you're the only one who has one of those.
Wyatt's girlfriend soon arrives on scene to pick up the Mercedes, but doesn't leave before asking a few questions of her own.
And you're detaining him for resisting?
No, he just told somebody with guns over their head.
I think I've seen this. I think Charlie has covered this, but you know, he pistol whipped. Which basically, I think it's like, okay, what I'm taking it is that like if you pistol whip somebody, you're basically like taking this, just smacking their freaking the life out of them. It's like smacking them like that. Which, have you found how hard guns are? If you got hit with a gun, like melee with a gun, that hurts like hell. I've been pinched by a gun. I've never been hit by one, but I can tell you, even being pinched by a gun hurts like hell.
He came home after getting attacked, but he's still really crazy people in his truck. Because they attacked him.
This makes me feel like I'm watching a Superman video in a battle royale where I'd say something like, nobody is really going to act this way in real life, because I've forgotten that people, they do exist. I mean, imagine being told by police that your friend pistol whipped somebody, and that your response is, okay. I mean, I'm going to give this woman the benefit of the doubt and say that she is probably not in on the full story and has just got in Wyatt's side, but this is the danger of just blindly believing people because they're your friend. The full story's kind of been gathered by now, and basically Wyatt followed those guys in the truck into a Chick-fil-A parking lot after they asked him to stop driving so crazily. He threw a drink at them, and they got out of their truck because, well, they just got a drink thrown at them.
Wyatt and the officer moving forward. That is, until there's any question of his popularity or success.
What are you alleging that he did? Bring chicken?
Sometimes the lows of bipolar depression feel
I don't have bipolar depression. Where?
Do you have video of it on your car? Did you guys actually get in an accident? He's not, yeah. What do you thought about him? Is that? No, but there are independent witnesses. So.
I have millions of followers.
I honestly believe.
Yes, I have 200 subscribers. You cannot legally arrest me. That's called Lord Abbott buff. When cops try to arrest Lord Abbott TA, cops cannot legally arrest him. Oh, what's it called? When cops try to arrest Lord Abbott, Alexa, stop. When cops try to arrest Lord Abbott can deploy a move using L1 that cancels out the cops' attacks by denying the arrest because of popularity. Oh yes, 100%. Excuse me. Oh man, I got it.
I see why it is. Maybe one would say yes. I've never heard of this guy. I feel like most people have probably never heard of this guy. I don't know anybody who knows him. I've asked. None of my friends have ever been like, hey, you seen that new Icy Wyatt TikTok? I don't see how people get to this level of entitlement to think that everybody in the world is out to get you because you have some followers on TikTok. I mean, I can't even really think of the last time I heard of anybody running a real celebrity off the road that actually is noticeable. I mean, there are some huge A-list celebrities out there who have known cars kind to them, and I can't recall any time recently I've heard of anything like that happening to them, but it's gonna happen to you, Icy Wyatt, the king of TikTok. Like, you're not a target, dude. You're just terrorizing people. Like, love, some people don't like it.
I mean, not everybody knows who you are.
Man.
You can't assume that everybody knows who you are.
If you're gonna lie, at least make it kind of believable, or at least make it where you can kind of feign ignorance. This guy has a little over 1 million followers on TikTok. I don't know where he got the number 58 million. That's a good different ballpark. If he truly got close to 100 million followers across platforms, okay, I can kind of understand that maybe things don't target you, but what in the grand scheme of things is really not that big when you're comparing it to the population of the country. I also have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and never in my life, under any circumstance whatsoever, where I came off the track and think, oh my god, they hate my comment videos. That guy did not like that video I made on Facebook. And like, what? No, you're not that big. You're not that big.
I believe you, and I never said that. I said you don't know that this guy knows who you are. So,
Okay.
There's a lot of gray area in the legal system on what a violent is. However, me personally, as a citizen of the United States of America, I'm okay. I'm really okay with the fact that pistol whipping is a concern about. I don't know in what universe whipping somebody who's I'm not sure if Wyatt is under the influence here or something, but it seems like he's beginning to forget what he said mere seconds after saying it, also threatening a police officer while saying that you're innocent and didn't commit any sort of crime. That's a real good one. So the rest of the video is basically just the process, all that.
Yes, I've never had a shotgun before. Hell yeah! Mossberg, baby.
Stuff, but I wanted to show you guys the actual video that was taken by witnesses, because I know we're going to get some sort of ICY fan in the comments here like, hey man, you don't know what's going on, ICY is innocent, free ICY is backwards. So I just wanted to show the video that was provided by the police of what was going on in the parking lot, and y'all can decide who you think is cutting off who. I've got to say, I think I.C. Wyatt might be innocent of this. I think his name is being slandered. I think that everybody's out to get him. That guy who was driving through a parking lot at the speed limit that he drove up to and then cut off definitely knew who I.C. Wyatt was. He was just trying to bait him out by doing absolutely nothing. I'm starting to see his side of the story, not gonna lie. Well, guys, I think I've got some pretty intensive plans for this weekend. I might go to the bank after I upload this. Tell the cops, hey, do you know who you're talking to? I have 1.27 million subscribers on YouTube, so I'd like these handcuffs removed immediately. This guy got charged with some pretty serious stuff, including assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill. So, yeah, let this be a lesson to any up-and-coming TikTok stars. Don't pistol whip people. Hope that one sticks with you. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.
Alright, we're gonna make some red dye for this. We're gonna get some more of that obsidian. Make myself right armor. I think today our goal is to upgrade. Basically, get a bunch of we're gonna get riot armor. We're gonna get we got the shotgun. We might as well double down. Is it gonna be expensive? Yes. Is it gonna work out? Hopefully, yes. So 95 plus, let's see, 165, like 200 some polymer. So we're gonna need to get a ton of polymer. When I mean a lot, I mean like a lot of polymer. man. I have to have a crystal somewhere around here. Oh, that's bull crap. I gotta have some. And I think this is my little starting boat, and how insignificant it looks now. It's my obviously upgraded boat. Yeah, I knew there was some. I don't think the helmet, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to craft that. Maybe I can obviously go get some more crystal. I think we should apply black first. I think we should apply red first. Because the shotgun and the armor is black. Alright. Oh, that's cool. That is just, oh my god. Mind that. ARK, why did you call this a clip? It's not a clip, it's a magazine. Come on, red dot for me, please! And thank you. How do I make a canteen? Oh. See, where is that canteen? Did I not learn it? Come on, black die, black die, black die. Okay, black die coming up. Let's put it on. Oh boy. Now that's cool. Dude, it feels so cool wearing this. Let's give this shotgun a whirl. Okay, there's items. I don't think so. Oh boy. Certainly way less shots than a typical assault rifle. Sorry guys. I just messed up here. say, I do like the shotgun though. I want some egg boost, some that didn't like this too. This guy's tanky. Not bad. Better than the assault rifle, I can tell you that. I look like a black hand soldier. And just cause. Kinda like that red undercoat with the black overplates. My armor is at 368. Man, imagine I could find better versions of this armor. Unfortunately, it's gonna be where I have to leave off. Anyway, when I get back, let's see, I might start getting materials to build more shotgun shells. I might go metal mining. Bye.